What if you didn't add a single extra dollar to your mortgage payment? You just paid 10% more than what's due every single month starting today. Not a specific number. I'm going to hand you a percentage. 10% on top of whatever your payment is already. Before I show you the real math, I want you to actually guess. Drop an answer in the comments right now. How many years do you think that shaves off a 30-year mortgage? Most people are wrong, and not by a little. I'm a licensed mortgage broker. I run this exact math for people every week. And today I'm going to show you the honest number on a real mortgage. And I'm not giving the answer until the very end of this video, so stick around. Quick note before we start. I'm a licensed mortgage broker. This is education, not financial advice, personalized to you for your exact loan. And one quick favor, if you're going to comment, please go ahead and hit that like button while you're there too. Cost you nothing and it really helps my channel. Okay, let's build the loan. $350,000 loan for 30 years fixed at 6.75%. A realistic rate for a lot of people out there right now. Run that through the math and the principal and interest lands at about $2,270 a month, $2,270. Stick with that payment for all 360 months, never send an extra penny, and here's the number the bank never puts in bold. You'll pay right around $467 in interest. Borrow $350,000, hand back over $350,000 plus more than that again, plus an interest. That's the starting line. Now let's mess with it. 10% extra on this loan, 10% of $2,270 is about $227. So instead of paying $2,270 a month, you will pay $2,497. That's it. That's the entire move. No refinance, no biweekly gymnastics, no calling anybody. You just add about $227 to the payment every month and mark it applied to principal. Here's why that small number does something big. Every extra dollar you send skips interest completely and lands straight on the balance you owe. And when the balance drops, next month's interest charge is calculated on a smaller number, which means more of the next month's payment, the regular payment, also hits principal instead of interest. It compounds on itself quietly every single month as long as you keep going. That compounding is the whole reason a small percentage move ends up mattering more than people expect. And it's exactly why your guess is probably off in one direction or another. Hold that thought. And real quick, that's actually a good place to pause because today's video is brought to you by, well, me. There's no big sponsor on my video. This channel is my business. I'm a licensed mortgage broker, and if you're buying or refinancing in the next few months, this is generally what I do all day. So book a free 15-minute call. No pressure, no pitch, and I'll walk you through actual numbers and tell you what you really qualify for. Scan the code on the screen or tap the link in the description on the pinned comment, which is the comment at the top. All right, let's get back to it. While we're on the subject of your actual numbers, you don't have to wait for the video to see what 10% to your loan and does. And don't even have to need a calculator. I built a free tool that does this exact math for any balance, any rate, any extra payment amount in about 10 seconds. Punch in your numbers and it will show you exactly how much interest you save and exactly how many years come off the back end. The link to this calculator for paying extra is in the description. Go run your real loan through it after this video. Now, two things worth knowing. Before you go, add 10% to your own payment. And yes, this is still the setup. The reveal is coming, I promise. First, call your servicer or check your payment portal and confirm that extra money gets marked applied to principal. Some servicers by default quietly apply all that money, the extra money, towards next month's bill instead of the balance, which does nothing for you. Doesn't shrink what you owe, doesn't touch the interest math. It just prepays a bill you're going to pay anyway. One call protects the entire plan. Second, if you're carrying credit card debt anywhere north of 20% interest, that gets handled first. A guaranteed 6.75 return on your mortgage is generally good. It is not more urgent than balance activity burning at 3 times that rate. Lock in your guess if you haven't already. How many years does 10% extra every month save on a 30-year loan? Some of you are about to be way off, and I want you to see exactly where your gut was wrong. Here's the real number. Adding 10% to every payment on this loan doesn't just trim a year or two off the back end. It pays the loan off in about 23 years instead of 30. Almost 7 years gone. And the interest bill drops from about $467,000 all the way down to $341,000. That's roughly $126,000 that stays with your family instead of going to the bank. Almost 7 years of payments, $126,000 from bumping your payment up by 10% and never touching it again. If that's close to your guess, tell me in the comments. And if you were way off, tell me that too. I want to see how far apart people's gut instinct is from the real math. And hey, if this is the kind of thing you want more of, the actual numbers, not vague advice, hit subscribe. So here's the whole thing on one page. $350,000, 30 years, 6.75%. You changed nothing about your life. Same house, same rate, same income. You add 10% payment and market apply to principal and never think about it again. The result, paid off in 23 years instead of 30. About $341,000 in interest instead of $467,000. Almost 7 years back and roughly $126,000 that stays on your side of the ledger. Not from finding new money, from redirecting 10% of the money you already are sending. And remember, this is education, not advice built around your exact loan. Your balance and your rate are different. Your servicer's rules are different. So run your own numbers before you change anything real. Before you go, if this changed how you think about 10%, hit the like and subscribe. This channel is small and every one of those tells YouTube to put this in front of the next person who has no idea what a small bump in their payment is actually worth. Now, scroll back up and tell me, how close was your guess? See you in the next one.